see the Bevils, know it's all God. Blended in better. Family first.
Always put God first and family over everything. You living for your first, I'm out here living for my last name. The Bevils.
Yo, what up? You back with the Bevils. And today we got a special guest in the building.
Absolutely.
We told y'all we keeping it all the way 100 on this show. We got our therapist in the building. One of my favorites, for sure.
Whatever, you everybody's favorite.
Yeah, you know that. Jasmine.
Thank y'all for having me on today. I feel so honored to be here.
No, thank you for coming.
For sure. You know that.
A very special part of our family, for sure.
Yes, and I'm not leaving y'all alone. Y'all stuck with me.
Yeah. So after y'all see this show and y'all want to book her, just make sure don't get to calling too much because we still need our slot.
For sure. For sure.
Always have a slot.
Yeah.
No, but you ready for today? This is deep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. I mean, is they ready is the question.
Yeah, because what they say, we perfect, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
this the one.
Well,
Is we perfect?
perfectly imperfect, yes.
Oh,
I like that.
I like that. I'll take that.
I like that.
Perfectly imperfect. Perfect for one another. Definitely doing a wonderful job of playing up on each other's strengths. And y'all are really in balance. And it's just getting you to be comfortable being who you are and knowing you don't have to change one another. Because y'all got together being who you are. So why would you want somebody else? That's not what you signed up
And
for.
that's what I say all the time. Like,
You say it all like all the
Yeah,
time.
right.
I do say that though. Like, I'll be like, why you? This is who you fell in love with, and now you just want me to just change.
But Jasmine had to tune you up. Jasmine, God, the pastors, like
Yes.
these like they had
It's
to
the
like
village. It was
Yes.
the real village.
absolutely.
Had to tune him up.
All right, Jazz, you probably have to do a little bit with me. A little bit, okay. I'll take accountability too. But no, we wanted this episode because we hear a lot of stigmas, like it looks good, but like people don't understand, like it's definitely work on the back end.
Yeah.
And what it looked like, you don't see everything front and center, and I think that's what a lot of people, well, probably not with a lot of people. You see people, all their lows on the forefront. We're very transparent about things that we go through. We don't mind talking about it. That's why it's not a problem sitting here. But to let other people know, like, it's okay to have God, a therapist, and to not be okay sometimes. Because
Yes.
there's been times where we weren't okay. Like, Jasmine, like, all right, just split up. Like, I don't know what y'all gonna do. Like,
For sure. She definitely told us to split up.
I did. Yes.
going
I did.
in therapy, we both in a room together. Like, okay, we not getting nowhere. He hollering, you hollering. Like,
Yes. Remember the time I had to go in the waiting room and tell everybody else that it's okay. We're not booking no more children in the evening when the Bevils are here.
When the Bevils is here?
Because we have to be able to keep it real. And that's the thing with therapy. A lot of therapists themselves are not comfortable with confrontation.
mm-hmm.
They just want it hush, hush, and quiet. But you're not helping your clients if you want to fake in session the way you fake outside.
Yep, and then get to the bottom of it and just learn, like bringing it together and separating us. We definitely did premarital counseling, and that was more so with the pastor that married us. But coming into the marriage, I think we've been with you now, what, 4 years?
Yes.
We've been with you 4 years.
And we started
Yes.
off as marriage counseling.
Yes.
We started off as
Marriage counseling.
counseling.
Yes.
And like she said, we was in that joint at each other's neck.
Yes.
And then it was still like the opposites, like how we thought different. Like at that time, y'all probably was gonna kill you around that time. Like
yes.
if we want to
Yes.
be honest, like
Yes.
yes, I was gonna
Kill me
was
is crazy.
literally.
There was some sketchy moments. There was
Yeah.
some,
Around that time when we started therapy, when I ended up finding you, it was more so.
there was so many factors going on.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
so
the
many.
blending of the families was a big stressor for you all.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding, y'all were communicating, but you weren't understanding what each other was saying.
Absolutely.
And so learning how to express yourself, how to hear, and also be heard, and reflect back to your partner, so you're just not running away with it.
Parenting
Not sweating the
different.
small stuff.
Being married. That's the one that taught me if he don't want to do it because it's ADHD, Jasmine helped him with that. His ADHD, he don't want to help, then do it. We ain't finna keep on going. Those Red Bull moments, and when I brought the ledger into therapy,
Yes.
Denise ain't even
Yes,
called.
Jerry came with receipts. She
to
came-
therapy.
It's like, is this
Highlighted
Judge Judy or
moments.
is this therapy?
Yeah,
Which one
and
is
that was
it?
so crazy. Like, yeah, I ain't understand. And I couldn't understand why
Couldn't understand.
I can't buy a Red Bull. Like,
No, it wasn't that you couldn't buy Red Bulls. It was the excessiveness of Red Bulls.
how many you think I had today?
Do you want me? I probably still got that paper I took in therapy.
Yeah, we know you do. You don't forget nothing.
It's farther away in alphabetical order somewhere.
Yeah, but no, just that, and people don't see that. They're like, oh, life is good. Or for everybody, you don't talk about like it's okay to have problems. Like you're normal, you're human. Like you bringing two people together with two different backgrounds, two different thought processes. We both had lives previously. We
Yeah.
both had children prior to being together and coming together and raising them together, dealing with outside influences.
Yes.
They have parents. It's rough.
And when you are, amongst your family, the ones that are elevating, not to say everyone else isn't, but a lot of the load of everybody else gets put on you.
Yes.
You start to become these mentors, that you never really intended on being. You're just living your life. But now the expectation is that you have all the answers and can solve everybody else's problem. And it doesn't leave enough space for you.
And that's a lot of times what you work on with me, being a person that can carry the load and people can't see, like, every week I'm having a session with you and I'm crying, like, because the depression for me doesn't look like what it looks for everybody else, that they just stop going when I keep going through my moments and they like, oh, you fine? Like, no, I'm not. Like,
I keep going too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in your own way.
Yes.
I go buy me a Red Bull. Yes, sir.
But Laga, you had mentioned the ADHD, or Jerry mentioned the ADHD before, and I am an ADHD person. I'm a therapist with ADHD. And it lends itself to have a unique perspective because our community as a whole is very much underdiagnosed. Like, we've been through the most stuff, right? We have trauma built into our DNA, yet we're the last to step up and receive services. Rightfully speaking, you know, who's going to trust the medical field that has used us for experimentation, right? And not all of our brown people are really our brown people.
Right. Especially not when they get that paper.
Sometimes they the worst. Exactly.
They are the worst.
They are.
Trust me, I have a supervisor.
See?
The worst.
What? There you go. Just
Here you go.
Out there like that.
Don't nobody know who my supervisor is.
Except for your supervisor.
Well, she know. Trust me, she know. If don't nobody know, she know.
Mr. No Filter.
No filter.
YouTube start paying us because in a minute. I said I wasn't here for no check, but at this point, we're going to need to be here for a check because it's going to have people with no job.
And so when we're talking about like bringing a marriage together, we have to look at those individual parts. And, you know, have you dealt with your own stuff to know what your family recipe is going to look like a little ADHD over here and depression over there. You might be popping off on the same things for very different reasons. Mm-hmm. And you have to understand the limitations of, we have the expectations for our partners, but we need to understand the limitations of our partners too.
Yeah, and that is definitely, she definitely helped with that a lot.
I'm telling you, because like she said, we started with marriage. It got to the point like we wasn't getting nowhere, so you was like, you know what? I got it. I hear you and I hear you. So we're going to just separate y'all and we're going to work on y'all. You individual and you individual. And that's how we, at this point right now. We still working though.
It ain't her favorite line. Honestly, I think y'all just work better through chaos because life is great. Like, there's no arguments. There's nothing going on. When everything is going on, you guys are good.
You guys are good. So let's just have constant chaos and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No, for sure. We came a long way.
Oh,
people don't believe us.
A long
I don't know why
way.
they don't believe us.
But it's not that, when I say came a long way, I think the balance of understanding one another is what I say. Because we've always been great, but we've been opposite. But they came a long way of the understanding and how to get through. Okay, those arguments that you have about who cleaning the kitchen, who mowing the line, who gonna pay the bills, like all those arguments. Like I ain't cleaning the kitchen. I told y'all the other week I went on strike. I said I wasn't doing nothing else.
But Jasmine told you that though.
Yes.
Jasmine used to always tell her that. She would be like,
stop.
She would be like, you steady complaining about it. Just stop.
Yeah.
Nah, what's my other favorite line you have to say?
Uh-oh.
You live in a house, you're neurotypical, and everybody else in your house said you need to learn how to cope because you're not going to make it. And I'm like, no, they need to do something. Like, everybody needs...
You outnumbered.
You're outnumbered. It's not going to work.
Yes, we need to understand neurotypical and neurodivergent too. Mm-hmm. Because y'all were supplementary. Meaning that you had some skill, he had some skill. You had some perspectives that was spot on. He had some perspectives that were spot on. And now y'all are complementary.
Okay.
Like that.
I like that.
See, we just got a therapy session right now.
Right, because I missed therapy today. My therapy was at 9 a.m.
It was.
I ain't had therapy today, but I was going to give her a break because she was giving us therapy.
No, let's be real, Jay. I know there's something there. You was going to cancel on me anyway. Like, I knew that. I I do 9 a.m. on a Thursday is hit and miss.
Yeah. Be rough.
See, it be rough.
Don't tell the people what my therapy session is. We don't know where I'm
Oh,
at.
I'm sorry.
At 9 a.m. on Thursdays, I'll be working, okay? No.
Well, that's why you always miss it.
She never start working.
That's a tentative. That when I see 9 a.m. Jerry, that means contact Jerry and figure out when we gonna meet. Because
No.
it rarely is that time.
No, for sure.
It's just a touch point.
I don't even know why she even put that as a time.
I did.
Oh.
Because see, when I don't have it, how often we speak? Not enough.
We
Oh, because why? Because your wife haven't been booking you appointments because my therapist said let you do it yourself.
Yeah, and no, because me and Jasmine, because I'll book my appointment before I get off the phone. Let's start
Yes,
there.
Let's start there. Yes.
Right. So
Okay.
I'll book my appointment. Yes, I haven't been calling, but I talked to you the other day,
Yes.
and we got back on schedule.
And we get back on schedule.
It's like she like my real life. Y'all don't understand
You be
what
liking to tell.
Jasmine mean to me. Like for real.
I'm
like
sorry.
that's my real. Me and her, our conversations is like.
They-
I know they totally different from their conversations. Like me and Jasmine be on the phone like two gangsters. Like, so
Yeah.
what you tell them? Oh, you told them that? That's what I'm talking about.
Well, the whole point is you're not supposed to always remember in the therapeutic hour that you are in therapy.
Right.
But you hear a lot of people say that, like, I was doing my class the other day, my mommy and me class, and one of the ladies was like, I should have just came to mommy and me. Like, my therapist, she was like, how was your week? What was going on?
Yeah.
And then that's just it. Like, I came here, I'm talking to myself. Now, granted, you walk us through the things, but it's like, I don't know, it's different. Like, it's just real. Like,
No,
it's
for
just real.
Like, so yeah, like, don't get it twisted, y'all. She do therapy.
I am doing therapy.
She do straighten me up, like, but I can talk to her like a regular person. Like, when I'm on the phone with her, it's like I'm not on the phone with my therapist. So I say something, and she'll listen. And then she'll be like, okay, so now what? Now you got to do this and do that and do this. I'll be like, oh, you right.
Hey, Loco, what about that time when Jasmine was going out on leave and she said, well, I can just refer you to somebody else so you can still get therapy?
Oh, no. Because first of all, I wasn't even going to therapy. Let's start there. But for real, you made it so comfortable. Like, I just never met nobody, like, I didn't think, like you said, I always, when you see therapy on TV or whatever, is that what you talking about? Lay on the couch. How was your day? Why was your day like that? Are you like this? No.
How'd you feel about it?
Right. I've been talking. We be talking for real. And the crazy part is, like, you tell me real stuff about you.
I do.
Like,
I do.
I'll say something, she'll be like, yeah, and I'm this way. So,
Yeah.
what you think of? I'll be like,
I do.
Whoa.
I think the relatable moments is the best part for me. Like, I get on the phone with Jasmine, like, you assure me, like, no, you're not crazy, but what you gonna do? How you gonna work with it? Like, what is it? Is it too much for you, or can you handle it? Like, which one is it? Like, but honestly, I don't think you're going nowhere. So, I'll be back next week.
Right.
And it's like,
where you going?
Yeah,
Yes.
I get it, but it's just been able to manage, and then to be able to see the progress in my husband, too, where he like get it, like you didn't think like certain things like he would change like over time, like now it may have took time, but like understanding,
Yes.
being able to express himself, because for a minute we only got anger, like
Yes,
zero.
it was anger. That was the
was
emotion.
But the breaking the barrier and being able to say what's wrong with him, or just the other day, he like, I need to talk to you, and I'm like, what's up? No, we'll just talk. We'll talk later.
Can we just put a pin in that?
Yes.
I need
I
to
did.
talk to you.
I did. But she was about to leave out. And it's like, I think about certain stuff. So, like, I don't like to mess up the mood. So she was on her way to mommy and me.
Okay.
And I did. She was like, what's wrong with you? You know, I came in, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm going to talk to you. Like, I really got to talk to you. But I don't want to throw you off from
what you about to do.
your agenda, what you got to do. You need to be focused for your program.
Yeah.
We going to be all right. But just And then she came home.
Circle
We was
back.
trying to go to the beach, but it started raining.
Yeah.
She's like, you want to go lay on the beach? Get a blanket. As soon as we left out the house, it rained.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, just even coming that far, like I was always the one that's, all right, let's talk about it or express yourself.
Yes.
Always trying to get him to open up, and he just like, now he just, another thing, the process. He didn't used to process stuff at first. Like my baby, she was just telling me, he said, yeah, I'm still thinking about this, but I'll handle this later. Like, who is this? Who is this? But no, like I told him the other day, we're seeing the changes of him growing
Absolutely.
and not being so stuck to who he was and open to
Yes.
his new way. That survivor's remorse and not feeling bad about
What was your role in that?
Mm.
Because you had one.
I don't know, for a while I was telling him it's okay, but I used to feel like the villain, like telling him that. But
Your role in that was getting to the point where you couldn't do it all. Because I remember talking about the potential. And I was like, no, you didn't marry, you can't marry potential. You marry who you marry.
Mm-hmm.
And hope there's some growth and development along the way, but we are fundamentally going to stay who we are.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
For the most part, right? And so we could change habits, we can change how we look at things, our viewpoint, our style, but our ingrained values and morals, he was always a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Or he wouldn't be with you, period.
You hear that, y'all?
You always trusted him, or he wouldn't be with you, period. So you have to have confidence in who you chose and let him.
That's true.
And that's true because, and that's how, I think like, I didn't know how to articulate it and get it out when I be trying to say that to her because it come off wrong. Because what I used to say, I feel like you trying to change me.
Yes.
Like, and that like do something to my soul. Like,
Yes.
please don't try to change me because that's the person that you was calling every day and pulling up from Lake County to Chicago.
Don't start.
I'm just saying.
Do not start.
And the thing is, that's what I felt about you. Like,
But you said that the other day, though. I told you.
I'm sorry, y'all. And I got to ask permission before I say stuff, right? Because this is your stuff.
Go ahead.
I remember, Laka, you just said she wanted to get you a Bill Cosby sweater.
she did. For sure. Bro, it's like,
She trying to make me
she
into
wanted to
Bill
be the Huxtables so bad. Like, I am not the Huxtables. Like, we is rough around the edges over here. Like, hey, we not the Huxtables, but yeah, she did. You still want to give me that? I might wear it now.
Oh, I was just going to say, because you said the other day, like, dang, like, maybe I was part of the problem.
I'm 100% sure I was part of the problem.
100. Wow.
He said, he did. We was riding in the car. He was like, because I see getting myself together more, and it's like everything is aligning.
Mm-hmm.
And that don't mean to say, like, I don't want to say, like, oh, you're the sole problem or nothing like that.
Definitely
but just,
not.
Yeah, because you're not the...
Because I'm harder on my lady folks than I am on my men.
For sure. Absolutely.
Way harder.
Oh, my God.
What?
We had arguments about everything. Remember the table blew up on the deck? I
was
said,
my
because you
fault.
ain't put the thing in there
It was my fault.
and the glass was broke.
Yeah, it was my fault.
Yes, like it's been rough. But let's get to some stuff. Why do you think mental health is such a sensitive or taboo topic in marriages?
Because when you come together in a relationship, you are presenting the best version of yourself. Your goal is to rope somebody in.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have them and the layers start to fall away, and the veil is lifted, then you become scared of what you have to do to not lose what you have. It no longer is about the other person.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, okay, how do I survive? And my survival depends on them staying with me. And so when you start to have mental health issues, one, in our community, we're not even aware of what symptoms of mental health challenges are, right? That's just life.
Right.
Everybody had the crazy uncle in the attic. Nobody said that uncle had schizophrenia.
Right.
You just don't let him around the kids. Right.
That's true.
That's true.
And we have, myths that sexual abuse doesn't happen in our homes as much as in white folks' homes, and that's a lie. It does.
And we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it.
Sweep it under the rug.
Sweeping under the rug. We don't talk about hearing mommy crying because she don't know when daddy coming home. We don't talk about those things. That's just our experience. Exactly. What happens in this house stays in this house. Yeah. Which means no one is getting any help, and what is considered life is really mental illness.
And then you said, like, sustainable. Like, I ain't afraid to take my depression meds. Like, and you got my husband to that point, too. Like,
yes,
it's rough. Like, just because you take some medicine do not mean you're crazy.
Yeah, because I definitely was so against it.
So against it. Again, right, the long-standing faith in the medical community. And if I hear one more time, they just want to label our kids and push medication on them. It's like, you so far behind. No, number one, they already labeling your kids.
Regardless whether they take the medicine or not.
Let's label them accurately, because they are being labeled anyway.
And that's one thing I love about my wife, though, like, because our son, he got ADHD. He got it, too. So, and
she know, because we argued about that for a long time.
A long time.
Because he was in therapy.
Because I was that kid. Like, I was that kid. So it's like, I was like, he just being a kid.
And he was, but you were in an environment where that kid was somewhat understood. There was a lot of those kids.
Right.
Where he is that kid. So he's standing out for multiple reasons. It's not like a whole gaggle of them hanging out, right?
And then with that, like, I noticed it. Oh, COVID probably gave me the signal, like, okay, he ADHD. One, he watches iPad on his head. I know how my husband is. Like, can't sit still. He's flipping down the hallway. Loco and Maya talking about LJ, stop. And it's like, stop talking to my son. That's how I am in here. Don't say nothing else to him.
Don't say nothing else to him.
He can't. Don't say nothing else to him. And then it's like, but him, like, he don't say nothing else to him.
But the funny part is, so now I'm the parent who don't say nothing.
Yes.
I'm the parent who don't say nothing.
Right.
Now when I say nothing, don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
well, because you're out of character. So if you're out of character, then there is something that is going on there.
And that's true. Like, you see so many kids, like, we have football. And then I started doing my own research. Like, I could see it. And the doctor just saying, like, if there's nothing going on, then allow him. Like, it's not affecting his grades. And it still never affect his grades.
Right.
But the day and how the day is going and the emotions, and starting to see, like, when I'm on the football field and I'm thinking my son having a tantrum, he really having an ADHD meltdown.
Yes.
But if you don't start to research and see all these people and know, and me explaining it to my husband and then having you explain it to him, and I think the sealed the deal for me was him being in therapy with Dana. That's LJ therapist, Jasmine's daughter.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, shout out to Dana. And Dana able to talk to him and for him to be able to express himself. I keep my baby feelings chart that he drew. This is what my head be feeling like, confused. And to have him, because life isn't always great. Like I said last week, we talked to our kids when we're going through something. So we went through a lot of different stuff, ups and downs with the blended family. So when tensions are high, my son, and they hearing arguing, now we not in here beating each other, but he like, okay, yes, I want them to come to therapy with me today.
Yes.
He had us sit down.
Sure did.
He had us sit down, and Dana's like, LJ, do you want to tell your parents how you feel? And he able to express himself. But at the time, my husband like, why you need therapy? Like, kids don't need no therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Life good. He is smart.
And that's crazy because I did say that, right? And like I say, as I'm maturing, I'm still maturing and learning, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, they don't got no real problems.
Yes.
You know, like, so I feel like we provide and we there.
What else they need?
What else do they need? What's the problem? Like,
Yes.
you know, you get to like, what's the problem? Like, is you cool? But then, you know, as you go talk to some real people, they would explain it's bigger than buying them something and being there. And what about the stuff that happens in the house
yes.
the stuff, you know, the stuff they see.
What they're exposed to.
Right. All
And
that.
it don't mean that because people like, oh, you got to be exposed to drugs and guns and gangs. Like anything could be a trauma, and your trauma gonna look different from my trauma. So his trauma looks different from my trauma.
That goes back to the question that was asked too about, you know, mental health and in our marriages. It's do you know what is a mental health issue? So many people think, well, it's if I'm abused or beaten, or if I'm dealing with some alcoholism or drug use or cheating, if it ain't none of them things, then we're fine.
And
but it's what drives the circumstances. Is it the anxiety that's causing these things to happen? Is it feelings of overwhelmed or don't know how to express anger? You know, feeling invisible in your own life. Those are real things. People don't realize that those are mental health issues. They think, oh, that's just life, and it doesn't have to be.
I love that you said that too, because people will always say, oh, ain't not going on, like, it ain't no cheating. Like, cheating is not the biggest problem. Like,
cheating is actually a symptom
of something else, because
Yes.
a lot of times the cheating or the thing doesn't have anything to do with you. And I'll say, and you know too, cheating is not something that I've dealt with in my marriage. And if I have, it ain't came to my face or to my front door. But cheating hasn't been a thing. But like I say, we started dating each other at 21 years old.
Yeah.
We about to be 38 years old. So the different things that we face, and like I say, well, I remember everything. We gonna get into it about, 4 years. We was getting into it about something that happened 7 years ago.
Yes.
And I know I wasn't letting it go because that was my thing. Like,
Yes.
you don't make no choices for me.
Right.
And our thing at that particular time, it was social media, like a social media type thing. Like,
Yeah.
should nobody be whenever you're available? No. Ain't no whenever you're available.
Whoa. Ain't available.
Wait a minute.
Ain't no.
Wait a minute.
Here we go.
I don't know
Disclaimer. Back to Jerry.
what.
Don't do that. Like, but cheating was never a thing. So even if you think like it's like a friendly context, like women is sneaky and conniving. Don't do that. Or, you know what I'm saying, you see him in public. Yes, he is a public figure. Yes, he is my husband. Yes, I will be on Mobile Patrol with my crown on. Like, no, don't play with me.
Mobile Patrol with your crown is diabolical.
Tilted to the side. Tilted
Right?
crown.
Tilted.
I thought it was rear jest.
No, that y'all gonna have to. They gonna readjust it when I get
Yeah,
out.
she tilts it and then she come full strength and then she put it back right.
I'm gonna have a tilted crown on there.
Like a brim. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna have a tilted crown on there. Like, don't play with me.
Right.
So those little things, like, he was in his prime. This was the ladies' man. So you know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. I don't care if I found out 10 years later. You don't make no choice for me. And that was something that we had to get through. Cause it's like my whole thing is, I used to really be cheating on. I cheated, but like before, I ain't never cheated on you.
And I'm being good, and now I'm in trouble.
Oh yes, that was. I'm really being good.
Blows me. Like, the problem is when you get into a marriage, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was used to coming from the streets. Is like, my issues with my girlfriends was cheating. Like, cheated. And then I got here, and it's like,
Everything was cheating, huh?
Yeah, I was like, wait, we really arguing over this? Like, is you cool? Like,
is you cool? I remember, is you cool?
Is you cool? Like, I'm confused.
You mad like I really did? I didn't even do nothing.
I didn't even do nothing.
I was outside. It's 3:00 in the morning. You mad? What is we talking about?
I said, Jerry, he can't control what other people do.
Well, in a sense.
Well,
he can't control what nobody else do. Just don't entertain nothing.
Absolutely.
Disclaimer.
But I mean,
she's a picker. picker.
You talking about in the past when I was 22?
I don't care when you was 25. You was a picker.
I ain't pick on nobody.
No girl ever came to her as a woman. Let's start there.
Ah.
No girl ever came to her as a woman. So that goes back to the social media thing. So if somebody say something on my picture, she'll say something, but this is what I don't get it about. She'll say something
I
to them,
remember these, yeah.
and if they say something back, she'll
She
look
mad
at
'cause
me
right.
to say something to them. I'm like, I'm not about to say nothing to them. I'm like, what are you talking
Oh,
about?
I remember
She
that.
didn't say nothing to you. You want her to shut up after you say something.
You be liking to say people's names, so I ain't gonna
I
say
ain't
nobody's
saying no
name
names.
on this
No names.
podcast.
Nah.
But don't be. They shouldn't have been saying what they were saying. Don't either. Yeah, we ain't gonna go there. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
if
gonna have to say
I
some
had to
names.
say what was probably the biggest shift I've seen in terms of marriages, because I've been a marriage therapist for 25 years, and the biggest shift that I have seen has
Social
been
media.
just a destruction due to cell phones and social media.
I could believe that.
To God, and I hate it so bad.
Oh my goodness. You're not making me public. You really don't love me. It's
Oh,
like
I'm with you in
what?
public in real life.
I was cracking up listening to the podcast last week about that.
Yes.
And I
People
love,
really care about that though.
They do, and I love. Forgive me for not knowing her beautiful name. Your
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Pastor Tiffany.
Yeah, Pastor Tiffany. What she said about some people need that public declaration. But when we're having those conversations, we need to be able to say that. Like, I know you don't care about this,
But I do.
this is what I need. So just throw me a bone once or twice, and then I'll be cool. But I just need that public declaration because it makes me feel secure.
And like she said, probably because at some point in time. But for me, I think like here and there is cool. I definitely acknowledge my kids and my husband on social media. Like, I'm big on affirming my family and my friends. Like, that's for me. Like, I'm big on affirming them. But another thing, like, I like to play background. People see me in the front, in the spotlight, in the highlight, but I am not a front spotlight person. Like, I don't like attention. This podcast is like crazy and only God, because who want to put their whole life?
Trust me, it's only God I'm sitting here because I'm shy too.
Yes, it's
Oh, I am so shy.
yeah. Don't nobody want to put, but people need to see realness. Like,
Yes.
So we went from God to therapy. Is y'all getting the message?
Yes, and they go hand in hand. If I hear, no offense to pastor counselors, some pastors have real counseling training, the therapeutic counseling training, and then some don't, and they call it counseling. But it can be a bit harmful because you hear, it's just a bunch of instructions. You should do this, you should do this. But if you don't know how, it's not doing you any good. So you need the strategies of the how.
yeah.
Okay, pray together. Well, what's that supposed to sound like? Because really, religion is one of the most, your spiritual walk is one of the most private things. So many couples don't even share that with one another.
Right.
So we all just pray together. Okay, but I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, I don't want them to know what I talk
I'm
to the
praying
Lord
about.
I'm praying about them. Like, Lord, can you help me not kill them today? Am I supposed to do that together? And so it's important that mental health workers and pastors work together, just like school social workers and outside therapists work
Need
together.
to work together.
Because right now it's quite divisive. Everyone wants to be, the expert. But
That's true.
we are collectively expert, not individually.
I love that. What's the difference between supporting your partner and fixing them? And how can couples help find balance in that?
Okay, so the first thing is people aren't broken, so you can't fix them.
Okay.
That's deep.
We not. We may break some bones and stuff, and you go and put it in the cast, but other than that, you are who you are meant to be as part of your journey. And so if we look at earth as a classroom and heaven as the ultimate goal, then you don't put heavenly expectations on your classroom. You know you are here to learn. And so when you're offering support to your partner, ask them what support looks like for them.
Oh, that was your favorite line.
It is.
How can you support her? How can you support him?
Right.
How can you support yourself?
Right, because we go in with what we would feel supported by. And a lot of times we are
Giving
speaking,
people what
again,
we
our
need.
own language. We're giving people what we need.
And never realizing what the other person needs.
Right, so it still feels like you're making it about you because they can't recognize that that is actually support because that's not what makes them feel supported. Like, support for me is leave me alone. That is my support.
Did you hear that? Clock it. Support for me is leave me the F alone.
I'll slap you.
Get back to me in an hour, maybe a day.
Whatever.
Yes,
But, okay.
but some people, they just need just a hand on the shoulder. They don't need you to say nothing. They just need to, you know, my husband supports me wonderfully. The best way he supports me is he just shows up with things. Like, he know I've been talking a lot. He'll just come with his headphones on because he don't want to hear what I'm doing. He's respectful. He respectful. And I'm loud and ghetto in my session, so he really don't want to hear that. But he'll come and he'll bring me some water. Or he'll bring me some finger food because I'm going back to back and he knows I have it. That's support for me. But when I'm upset, he really can't help me process anything. Because I'm a self-processor. There's one person on the planet that can do that for me, and that's my Aunt Mercedes. That's it. So if I'm not talking to her, she's a pastor, by the way. If I'm not talking to her, then can't nobody else do nothing for me.
Can't nobody else do nothing for you.
And they're all uncomfortable when I'm not okay. Like everyone's uncomfortable when you're not okay.
I can believe that. Yeah.
And then,
And
I
so
guess you would be my person I talk to.
Cool.
So you got to just wait till my therapy session, and then we can talk.
What about when your ADHD kicking in? You ain't off your meds and you won't call.
Yeah.
I just got the meds 3 days
3
ago.
days.
All right, but, so you wasn't
After
calling.
how many years?
Right, you weren't calling us. So what I was supposed to do then?
But it's asking, how can I support you? Instead of just assuming.
How can I support you, babe? Is it you want to talk? Is that support for you? That might be support for her. You want to talk.
Yep.
Yes.
But you can't talk for hours. Like, it gotta be, you gotta get to the point.
Okay, so how do you put that in a formal request?
Oh, now she just put me on the spot.
I did.
Therapy
Because you know.
on the couch. You know, she said, how do you say that different? I hear what you said to him, but say it differently. Now say it different.
Man, I would love to talk to you.
But what?
I think before we talk, we should separate, calm down, and come back to it.
Okay.
And then we can have a discussion,
Yes.
and maybe we'll hear each other and understand each other better. Because if we go into the discussion hollering, like we did in therapy and got kicked out, we ain't gonna understand nothing.
I saw this, I think it was like some podcasters or something the other day, and they were talking about how them and their spouse were different. And the agreement that they made was one likes to talk, one likes to be left alone. So the other one that likes to be left alone can go sit and process it. But the thing is, you really have to go process and think about what y'all are going through instead of avoiding, because
Right.
a lot of it with you was not that you can't process it, that you used avoidance.
And what makes it avoidance versus processing?
Not want to come back to it ever.
That part, not coming back to it. Yes.
Right.
You got to come back. And your partner it's fair for them to know when you're going to come back.
That's true.
It's like,
So
I
we'll
need
talk
some
about-
time. This is how you'll know I'm ready. And I also think that couples need, like, safe words. To just say, okay, it's getting to a point that nothing good is going to come out of this.
Pineapples.
Yes. I love safe words that make you laugh, that make you smile, because it cuts the tension.
Right.
And it's saying, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed. Who's gonna sit there like, I'm starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed with this conversation. Who's gonna do that?
Nobody. What you gonna say? Leave me alone.
Exactly. So when someone is shouting at you or cussing at you, they want you to leave them alone. They are trying to push you away.
No, like I said, everything. Oh my God, you still talking?
She's
Still
bro,
talking.
I'm talking about. I'll be like, dang, I heard you. Like,
Or no, like you'll be talking to him and he just gonna and be like, I could scroll my phone and listen to you.
And he can.
I was just about to say, my eyes and my ears, I listen with my ears and not my eyes. Now, if I was deaf, I'd be trying to listen with my eyes.
And that's, again, when we're talking about understanding support for your partner, you got to know them. I want to look over there so bad because I hear people laughing. You have to know the symptoms, right? Because if you understand, if you have an ADHD partner, they are actually listening to you better when they are scrolling. If they are standing there looking at you, they tuning you out. They on a mental vacation. They're not hearing nothing you saying. So when he stay there and stare at you and be like, I'm listening, honey, just know he ain't listening.
I ain't heard a word. Huh?
He ain't heard a word. Go and give him his phone. If he's doing this, then he's taking it all in. And he hears more than you think he does.
Okay. She know that though, because I come back.
I'm just talking in general.
I spend a block.
Ladies.
She be like,
they hear more than we think they do.
She be like, oh, so you was listening.
Yeah.
You talk for only 3 hours and 47 minutes. I had to hear something.
I got the first 10.
Whatever. So we're going to dive into us a little bit. From what you know of our story and how long you've been with us, how have you seen us handle seasons where one of us were carrying more emotional weight? And this has fluctuated.
It has fluctuated, and it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. I think, the benefit of being with you all as long as we have and as close as we are is that you show up with what's really going on with you continually through this process. And I think you all going through things at different times balanced you, because there is no more I'm doing it all and they ain't doing nothing, and I'm not hearing no more than what you need me for. I'm not hearing that anymore, right?
Oh, that was one thing.
Yes. And so it's important to realize that there will come a time in your partnership, if you are doing it right, that you will have to lean on your spouse. You have to not only lean on them, but you got to let go too. You got to lean and let go.
You got to trust me. It's like the trust.
Exactly. It's like the trust.
About trust me.
Exactly.
And that's probably. Think I'm gonna catch you?
Can we do? No, I'm just kidding. And that's really the best representation of that, because leaning and letting go, that seems like it's counterintuitive. If I'm leaning in, I'm holding on.
Right.
But in the trust fall, you lean and you let go.
Close your eyes.
Yes. And that's no matter what you're doing in your relationship, if you don't feel like your partner got your back and that the things that they are doing to hurt you is done on purpose, then you just don't need to be there.
Absolutely.
Period. Because you first have to trust that they're not intentionally trying to harm you.
I say that all the time. Anything I do, just trust me. I did not plan this. I didn't be like, yeah, this finna piss her off. I know, like.
Who want to come home to that?
Like, what? Like, if I messed up, I messed up.
Yes.
Honestly. Messed up. Like, I ain't messed up because I just woke up like, you know what? It's a good day to piss my wife off. Let's do it. Like,
and y'all are proof of one thing. There's a couple of things I always say. One thing, when you go into therapy, you have to know it might get a little bit worse before it gets better.
And it did.
It does, right? So a lot of times people come in crisis and they want the Band-Aid on it. Like, just help me get through this
thing.
And then we
so much
smiling
other
and
stuff
happy,
come out.
then we fine. Right, but that's just the first layer. That's the first layer. And so it needs to get a little bit rocky before it gets better. And you will have another danger, another warning that needs to come is you will get opportunities in life to prove to you that you are who you think you are. In other words, I've been working so hard to become this elevated person. am I really that? And then life gonna be like, oh, let's see. And they're gonna start throwing some stuff your way.
Yeah.
So that you have an opportunity to really develop by utilizing the skills and like, wow, I really am this person now.
I think that was the highlight that he got the other day when we was riding in the car. That was, he like, man, like,
For real.
I had some stuff to do. Like, I get it. And that was a great moment. What strengths have you seen in the way we work together through mental and emotional struggles as a team? I don't know.
What I like what's great is that I appreciate Laco, what seems to be his cavalier or nonchalant attitude.
Tell me that the other day.
Because he right most of the time. Everything ain't burning down. It is going to be okay. And then for you, you're very passionate. And you're not letting things get away. So you pull him in from things that he may otherwise avoid.
Yeah.
And that's that complimentary piece I was talking about. So you kind of, what do you want to say? You bring him up, you bring him out, and he calms you down. It's that balance.
Yes. And I think not lastly, but because we got a few more minutes, what has been one of our greatest struggles, and have you seen us handle it over time? And you could be honest, like whatever.
Be honest. The greatest struggle and how a couple.
I'm gonna say you one.
I think the greatest struggle for you all is to not right fight. Y'all were the biggest right fighters, meaning that it was always trumping. Well, I say this, and I'm going to say this louder, and I'm going to say this louder, and I'm going to say this louder. It's like, okay, you both right. It's okay. You're both right. It's just very different. Mm-hmm. And that's all right. And so the calming down of the communication and taking some of the emotion out of it so that you can really just deal with the facts and not always the feelings.
Yes.
Has been really, really great to see develop with y'all.
You was
I
big
answered the
on
question right?
You was big on the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be trying to get to the facts.
You get to the feelings. You get into the feelings too.
He get to the feelings for sure.
He get into the feelings.
What any particular scenarios or situations?
Now you getting messy. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, she could be honest.
No, for sure.
I'm trying to think the particular scenarios really. I think coming into acceptance of how y'all manage your own family, I think there was a lot of pressure on Laco, honestly, to handle things a particular way with the children and their moms and things like that. And it had to happen in his time.
His time.
And you needed him to be a certain way so that you would feel okay. Mm-hmm. But then you had to step back and say, you know what? I can't have all of that here. I got to focus on my nuclear family in here.
Instead of trying to make the perfect blended family.
Yes.
Or being all around. Not going to say all around equal, but.
Here go Bella guest appearance.
Oh, my
Hi,
God.
Bella.
And, not the. Bella!
Hey.
What, you crazy?
You come kiss me, Bella.
The all around, just allowing him to handle it. Because it's like I seen things one way, okay, we have to handle this, and there was a lot of pressure. So
yes.
That's what my nonchalant come in handy at. Because you was stressing over some things. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't even care. But you gotta care. And I'm like, but I don't care. So you can care. And then you end up getting your feelings hurt. And then you be mad at me because I told you not to care. I'm like, why do you care? And you be mad at me because your feelings got hurt. And now it's my fault.
Well, and the thing is, though, Laco, it's like I care too. And this
right.
I care too. I just understand my limitations.
That's what it is.
Or what I can and can't do.
Controlling anything that's outside of my home.
And that's what we talked about the other day. Like, I don't really dwell on stuff that's out of my control.
Right.
Like, it's nothing I can do. Like, I don't care how much you say, yes, it is. It's something you can do. No, it's not. It's really not. And my brother mom say,
Any couples?
she a raw therapist, just made me think about some stuff. Yeah, no, she raw, bro. She raw.
Jerry, for you too, I think you allowing me to see your full vulnerability and realizing you didn't have to be Superwoman with us.
Yes,
That was huge.
that is.
Because
Take off the cape.
take it off. Put that cape down. We as sister girls, we want to have a softer side, but we have to allow that. But we have to know that the people in our lives can handle our vulnerability. We don't get those soft girl moments. Like, everybody want to hate on Meghan Markle for having that little. I'm sorry, it's a dumb show on Netflix. I'm sorry, it's dumb.
Oh, so long. So like, I don't know who that is.
The Prince Harry. Well, he
right.
ain't Prince no more. He stepped out the Prince.
He stepped out, right? His black girl made him give it all up, right? But, but people are like, oh well, that quiet luxury and black people. Well, so what? It's peaceful. It's relaxing, and we want to be that, right? We're just used to not being able to be that. But we have to demand it. No one's gonna give it to us.
Yes.
Like Sanaa Lathan said in that movie, I want to eat little cucumber sandwiches with the things cut off, right? I want a little prissy life too.
Live in a soft girl era.
Yes.
Be allowed to be soft, allowed not to handle everything and not think. I think that's what it is for me. Just,
Do they really want that?
Yes.
Who is do they? Ask me.
Here we go.
Ask me.
This is what we call doorknobbing in therapy. Time almost up, and then you're gonna get real.
Ask me.
Because
Who is that? Ask me.
Do you, Miss Bevils?
Yes.
You want that?
I don't. I told you I don't want to think sometimes.
Yes.
That's diabolical to not think.
Yeah, I don't want to think sometimes.
Diabolical.
Alright. But I'll be thinking for you, and then so I think for you, but then you don't like my thoughts.
Well, that's the part too. And we talk about that. It's like, okay, but if they do, you can't complain.
You can't complain.
You just gotta
Oh,
be
that's
like,
what Jasmine say. If you're gonna lose some control, you can't complain about how
How
you
it's
gonna
You
do
can't.
it.
If I'm the driver, you can't tell me which direction we're going.
Like
in.
when you cooked dinner the other day, and I said, "Why we don't have no vegetables?"
because he didn't want to make no vegetables. Was
He
that
cooked
why?
meat and a side, no veggies. Right?
Meat in the side is a dinner. I cook tilapia and dirty rice.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but
I mean-
it's a good dinner. I'm happy for the tilapia. I'm gonna go take a multivitamin to get the rest. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm just saying, like, do we? I mean, we eat vegetables. It ain't like
Yeah.
we don't eat vegetables.
But you know
Right.
what? I have to just leave them
You
alone.
just have to leave
Okay.
it alone and say thank you for the dinner. I
I
appreciate
I cooked 3 days in a row.
See that?
What you cook 3 days?
I cooked
That.
tilapia.
Leftovers count.
I cooked tacos. And I'm pretty sure you're going to make me cook the Philly cheesesteaks. The chicken Phillies. You ain't going to cook them.
Whatever.
No.
See?
All right. I know we definitely almost out of time, but I got a few I think that we should definitely get through.
Okay.
Can you share a small daily habit that can make a big difference? No, hold on. I don't want to do that.
Oh.
You know what?
Oh, you wanna do-
do?
For a couple's emotional connection, but I think I want us to do Yeah, we could do that.
I like that question
Okay, we could do that.
because if we do that, then we don't have a lot of the big things. So a small daily habit is really just checking in and greeting each other in the morning. Glad to see you today. Is there anything I can do for you? That's it.
Mhm.
And even if it's nothing. Okay, well, if you think about something, let me know.
I'm scared of that question.
Well,
Because as soon as I say you got stuff for me, yeah. So I thought about it.
not talking
Can
about
you do this? Yeah. How about you go over here, go to Walmart, then go to Target? Like,
and then you say, no, I meant for you.
she gonna be like, yeah, that's for
grocery
me.
shopping and nope, that ain't for you. It's doing it so I ain't got to do it, right? I get what you're saying. But we want it to be a little bit more personal than that. But just happy to see. I'm glad you're here. Like when you're married, you're still choosing your partner every day. We act like, oh, we married. I was married now. And
you fall in and out of love
you
every
do,
day. Like it's
in and
seasons
out.
where it's
So you have to acknowledge that I still choose you.
in the new you. I told him that the other day. I'm really falling in love with this new and improved you.
Oh, you
For
ain't like
sure.
what happened to the old one?
Well, I like the first one. Then like the second and third one, it's like, yeah, God, what
I
happened?
loved them. I don't know if I liked them.
Yeah, I
that
don't know
much.
if I like them. And
Yeah.
then it's like, I'm loving this you. Like,
Yes.
Are you really?
Yes.
yeah.
Aw.
And or another thing is, are we good? You know, we don't ask
Yeah.
them, are we good? Not are you good? Are we good?
Are we good?
I think we're
I
good.
think y'all pretty great right now.
I think we're pretty good.
Pretty good right now.
Oh, so she ain't making plans about me on the phone.
I can't tell you that. It's confidential.
Oh. Okay. And based on what you've seen, what encouragement would you give us as we continue to grow, not just in marriage, but also in our emotional wholeness?
Yes, I will say continue the path to your individual self-actualization, which means that becoming the best version of Jerry for Jerry, becoming the best version of Laco for Laco, because then when you put yourselves together, you're unstoppable. So many times we're focusing on what can I do to fix the relationship. We're not looking at what I can do to just
Fix
fix
myself.
myself. Because if you come into it with a whole person, you just radiate. Your spouse is going to find that so attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa, then you won't have a whole lot of work to do to fix the relationship because you already good.
You are already good. Okay.
I think that.
Do we want to do this? What do you think makes us resilient even when we're navigating our emotional ups and downs?
I think what makes y'all resilient, this might be TMI,
Too much information.
but y'all have always had passion. Y'all have had passion. And so when you have passion, even in the arguments, there's still no one is apathetic and just tuned out. When your partner has tuned out, that's a danger zone. When they stop fighting, that is more of a danger zone than having those arguments.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, my ADHD just kicked in. Remind me of the question.
Live and direct. Look, it's real, people.
What makes us resilient even when we're navigating the emotional ups and
Okay,
downs?
okay, so yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you take your medicine today?
No, man.
How you know?
If I did, it's worn off. It's 8 o'clock. You know that stuff only lasts 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, and then Jazz, you can leave the listeners with an affirmation or a message or something.
Oh. Okay, listeners, I would say know that you are whole exactly as you stand. And give gratitude for yourself and all that you have managed to do and accomplish in your life. Even if you're not where you want to be, you are speaking it into being. So as I am here, I'm grateful, I am lovable, I am all that, and I bless all who encounter me.
I love that. And that wasn't that bad. See, we saved Mary and seeing a therapist.
Y'all are awesome. Y'all have been going through the fire, like Shaka Khan
Literally.
said.
No,
Literally.
We really been through it, and we really appreciate you for
And
coming in.
and going through. Still, currently.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Every
Yeah.
day.
Every day.
Listen, every day is a new chapter.
Keep laughing. Gotta keep laughing.
I told you that.
You always want to be serious.
Here you
See?
go.
Just laugh.
Thank you all for having me. I will come back anytime.
Yes, no, we appreciate it. Don't be blowing our therapist phone up. I'm going to post something and let y'all know how to contact her. Don't do too much.
Because I know they about to start calling.
Yes, because
That's
everybody
all right.
definitely asks.
Then we'll just start some groups or something, and everyone, therapy can be out of reach, right? Because you got to have good insurance and this, that, and the third. But there are a lot of grassroots efforts and crowdfunding opportunities. Jerry, we know you a community maker, and so are you. So use your platforms. Maybe we can do something collectively for people who may not have access.
Absolutely.
I've waited many, many years to serve my people. I have been a therapist for non-Black folks for a really long time.
Yeah.
And around the time where y'all came in is when I started getting more and more of us in there.
And not only
So
that,
we have to do that.
I wanted to say another thing. Well, I refer my cousin to you, African American male, but the understanding if y'all, Jazz, all of you guys are from California.
Yeah.
Yes,
For sure.
Inglewood.
yes, all you guys.
All right.
Hey, y'all don't know what's going on.
Brooklyn, though, by way of Brooklyn.
But one thing that I admire and I love, because black men don't always have people that understand him, and I think that's understand them. What made Laco so comfortable, you understand the hood, you understand the dynamics of a black man, their struggles, the things that they have been through, no matter what it is, no matter if it's coming from drug abuse within a family. Oh my God, Bella, are you crazy?
You just made my day, Bella Boo. Hi, Princess.
Our therapist is really from the trenches, if you didn't know. Y'all heard her just say Inglewood, so y'all know, like.
From New York City to
She lived in, she
Inglewood,
just
LA.
moved from Chicago.
West
on the west
side.
side, she moved to the west side of Chicago.
In the hood though,
In
she
the
ain't
hood.
she ain't moved to like the bougie place.
No,
like
we in Arlington and Kedzie.
yes, y'all, come on, man. Like in the trenches, she moved to the trenches. Like she not scared of the trenches. She really outside, and she can really help you.
But for the black male, like just making my husband so comfortable with therapy. Like now it's like, oh, y'all better get a therapist.
Well, we need it because we want leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta trust where you taking me before I'm gonna let you lead.
Absolutely.
And so
I think that was her biggest thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was my favorite line though.
Faith,
Where we going?
Just follow me.
No, I told you I wouldn't follow you blindly. I don't have no
our
problem.
men, our inner city men are just ingenious, just so intelligent. But by the third grade, it's ingrained in them that they nothing.
Yeah.
And so I find it an honor when I'm trusted with that, because that's not easy. That's not easy to just open up to someone who, might look down on you. Or, well, now you pushing me away? I'm not that girl no more? Okay.
And I know women will go to therapy probably a little bit more than men. But when you go to therapy, be honest.
Yes.
Or you go in a therapy line, it's not going to work. Like, be honest. Like, down, dirty, real. Like, don't be afraid to talk about anything. I mean, it's moments where Justin like, well, y'all hate each other. Y'all still have sex? Yeah. Like,
well, that's what I was saying when y'all was like, y'all always had passion.
Oh, that's what that meant.
That's what that was.
I'm going to hate him and still give him some. Yes, I hate you.
Because I'm asking about that, because that's an indicator.
She definitely gonna ask you that.
I will make you uncomfortable.
Hey, she gonna be like, well, all right, I hear y'all, but what's the bedroom like? And she was like, we was like, the bedroom cool. She like, oh, well, that's, y'all might be all right.
We can work with it.
Now we can talk, because once y'all say the bedroom is over, I don't know where we going after this, and we gonna have to figure that out.
You gotta have your why.
Mm-hmm.
You need to identify your why if you're gonna work on something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, just going through that process. But I definitely encourage any and everybody, get you a therapist, even when you don't think anything is wrong, and definitely for the kids, because the kids, like the whole time.
Can we do another thing for the kids?
Yes.
We need to do another thing for the kids.
Yes, we can.
Well, y'all heard it here
Because we are
first.
raising a generation of brilliant minds that are getting squashed down because adults are upset that these young people are speaking their mind, and I really say they jealous because they didn't have the gumption or the know-how to speak their mind.
They say whatever come to mind, and I have to go to therapy sometimes, like Jasmine. I think we're gonna have a problem here, but just even acknowledging that with our children, like, okay, like, I know what you said, she said, but it probably ain't that bad, or how could you have said that different, like I said that, or going back to them and apologizing. So just navigating them differences that we grew up in a different generation.
As parents, we apologize to kids.
Yes, we do.
They are human beings.
And it shows them that it's okay to apologize.
No, for real, because people don't think I'm grown.
I'm grown.
I gotta apologize.
Child need to stay in the child's place.
And our kids is big. So you ain't gonna say nothing about that?
Oh yeah, y'all got the perfect kids.
I don't know if they want them kids on therapy, because they're going, what is happening in their house like that?
No, they need to hear it.
They need to hear it.
They need to hear it because they be
Yes.
thinking it's sweet out here.
Yeah.
And it ain't sweet.
Yeah,
So-
not at all. So we appreciate you for coming on.
Thank
I hope
you
you guys
so
learned
much.
something. Y'all see another deep dive into the Bevils.
Yeah.
Real raw madness. The good, the bad, the ups, the downs,
everything.
the indifferent. It's okay to not be okay.
Yes, it is okay.
It's okay.
I hope you're not. If you okay all the time, that's a whole nother conversation. Because
You need some therapy for that.
delusional.
Yeah, delusional for sure. Because it's not always good. And
Yeah.
I know the world has told you, you probably think the Bevils are perfect or always good because we ain't putting our life on social media. We
Right.
arguing and fighting in here. And if you mad, Loco, what you got to do?
Give her a
I'll be
hug.
trying to sleep in the basement.
And then what happened?
If you don't get up and bring your stupid,
That part.
woodle in
Who be
the
saying-
bed,
And what I say,
Yeah.
turn to the what?
turn to the wall if you don't like me.
Hello.
And
That's right.
I'm definitely turning to the wall.
Look at the wall. If
Look
you
at the
mad,
wall.
look at the wall.
I know how to make her even madder though. Cause she don't watch TV like that, so
So you just turn TV
I just turn
on?
the TV on and then turn my phone on. She lose her mind.
We need a therapy session about that. I need to go to sleep. He okay, his phone.
she get in the bed sleep.
He
Hey,
got his
get in the
phone.
bed sleep.
You are not watching
she get in
TV.
the bed sleep.
See, now we back to the first week.
Yeah, because he ain't watching TV and scrolling his phone at the
Yes, you
same
can.
time.
See, my
You
ADHD.
can.
You don't
You
see. She
can.
just told you that. I can listen to you.
It's actually
It's-
quieting the mind down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have to turn your mic down, Loco? You blow
No,
it?
no.
No, everything
But-
loud.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Yes.
We love y'all people, man. We love.
The Bevils over and out.
Thank you.
Jasmine.
You see the Bevils, know it's all God. Blended in better. Family first.
Always put God first and family over everything. You living for your first, I'm out here living for my last name.